Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so grateful for having you guys here. For those of you who don't know, my name is Misha and I want to say a big welcome to my channel, specifically to you, the new guys. So today we're going to talk about the time I was stalked in New York.
We're going to backtrack.
So for those of you who don't know, Dominica is where I'm from, and it's a small island in the Caribbean. We speak English. It is not Dominican Republic because people always mistake Dominica for Dominican Republic. Anyways, I was fresh off the boat from Dominica. I was in New York. I was going to school, trying to get my degree in accounting, studying, and there were so many things that I did not know about New York. For one, I didn't know that if anybody is watching this and they're from New York, I really do apologize, but I have to be honest. I did not know that, should I say this? So I didn't know New York was so crazy when it comes to the people on the trains, like the situations that you see every day. Like, I know it was dangerous from what I seen or what I heard, sorry. I know, like, I was supposed to expect certain things, but I did not expect that it would be the way that it was. So I was attending Monroe College in New York. It's more in New Rochelle, so it's Monroe College. Right now, I think it's Monroe University. So I was attending Monroe College in New Rochelle, in the New Rochelle campus, and I was studying for my bachelor's in my accounting degree. So anyways, when I started school, I got a job really quickly because there was a girl working in the student apartment, no, in the students department, the international students department, that was in charge of getting you employed and whatever. So she worked with me and I was able to get a job. Praise God, that helped me so much. But anyways, so I was going to work because what I would do, I would take my classes in the mornings, and then in the afternoons from 2 to 5 I would work, or 1 to 5 I would work. So after my classes were done, I was on the New Rochelle campus. After my classes were done, that time I was into my fitness and I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to look good, you know, because New York has so many nice clothes. Like, if you know, you know, like the fashion is really top tier. So anyways, I wanted to look my best, and I was trying to lose weight. So what I would do every time after I was done with my classes, I would walk up the street. It was like about 5 blocks, I think. So I would walk up the street to a produce shop, and then I would buy fruits and, you know, like little snacks for me to eat, but it was mainly healthy snacks. So I would buy my fruits and, you know, and so on. So anyways, that day I was walking up the street, minding my own business, to go get my fruits so that I can go back down the street to get the bus to go to my job on the Bronx campus. So anyways, while I was walking, you know, one thing about me, I am a very, very observant person. Like, I pay attention to everything and everybody. So if I was not paying attention, God knows, like, people would sell me. But anyways, that's not the case. So I was walking up the street, and then while I was walking, like, I kept walking, and there was somebody walking behind me. So you know how, like, in New York, if you know, people are always walking. So it's like, you wouldn't look at it suspicious, like, from the jump. Anyways, I kept walking up the street, and it's like, all how I kept walking up, this guy kept walking up with me. And the way he looked, like, you could see he was looking crazy, like he was not looking normal. So anyways, I kept paying attention to him. So I kept walking and walking and walking, and each minute he kept walking with me. So anyways, I stopped just to see if he was really walking with me. So I stopped by the crossing, because you know you have to cross when the transports are passing. So I wait for the lights to turn so I could walk across. So what I did, I stopped, and then it was my turn to walk along with the other people, but I did not go. He was waiting to cross. So what I did, I stopped, and I watched everyone cross the street and go to the other side, and I just stayed and I waited. So then while I stood there and I waited, I still kept paying attention to him. So he crossed the street and he went across on the other side, and then I stood there and I just kept watching the traffic go. So I stayed there by myself, and then I kept paying attention to him. So I saw him go into a MoneyGram building. So he went into the MoneyGram building. No, I lie. When I stopped, he was going up and down the street by the MoneyGram building that I was supposed to go into, because I was going to send some money for my mother. So anyways, I saw him going up and down the street outside the MoneyGram. That was before I crossed the street. So I was like, you know what? Maybe he's not paying attention to me. Maybe the boy is on his own journey and whatever. I still kept paying attention to him. Like something was just telling me to pay attention to him and to not take off my eyes on him. So anyways, I crossed the street when it was my turn to cross. I crossed the street, and then I went into the MoneyGram. So while I was inside of the MoneyGram doing my business, trying to send money for my mother, I kept turning around. Like I turned around and I saw this boy standing outside the window in the glass, standing outside the glass and looking into the MoneyGram. So I was like what's going on? Like, what is wrong with this boy? Like, what is his problem? So anyways, I was like, you know what? Maybe the boy on his own thing, because I don't always want it to be like, you always think somebody's behind you. Well, however people might think, but I don't always like everything to be like, like main character, like, oh, it's me. No. Sometimes I just give people the benefit of the doubt. So at that time, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Even if I saw him going up and down the street, I saw him looking for the glass, like I still said, you know what? Maybe it's not me. So anyways, so while I was inside the MoneyGram, I looked out again at the back like this. I turned and I looked, and I didn't see him outside behind the glass. So I assumed that he left. So I was like, praise God, he's gone, like I'm starting to feel a little better. So then when I was done with what I was doing, I was done with my transaction. I took my paper, put it in my bag, and then I started to walk out the door. So when I walked out the door, I looked up the street, I looked down the street, I did not see him. So I was so happy and I was so relieved. Then because it's a street like this, so let's just imagine like this is the street. So I came out the MoneyGram and I had to turn this way to go to bend the corner, like the corner of the building, to go to the fruit shop where I buy my fruits. So when I bent the corner, lo and behold, this man is right here waiting for me. I was like, oh my God, like what is wrong with this man? Like why are you following me? Like, leave me alone. Oh my God. Like and at the time I didn't know what to do, because like I said, I was fresh off leaving the Caribbean islands, and if it's like certain things that happen back home, it's like you know to not call the police, because they're not going to come, they're not going to do anything. So off the top of my head, the first thing wasn't like, oh, call 911 and whatever. Like, I didn't know to do that because I'm not used to doing that. Where I come from, we don't do that. So anyways, when I bent the block and I started walking to go up to the fruit shop, he was right there waiting. and then he had a bottle in his hand. So when he saw me, he was like, I want your number. So I was like, no. So then he was like, I said I want your number. So I said no. And I was, if you know me, you know that I'm a really nice person. So it's like I didn't want to be mean or anything. And sometimes like when the energy that you give off to people, that's what you're going to get back. So I didn't want to be mean. And I'm a person too, in situations, it's like I go blank, like I'm in shock. I don't know what to do, and I don't know why. This is something that I don't know why I have this thing about me, but it's like anytime I'm in a situation, I always go into shock, like I don't know what to do. So then when he told me like he wants my number or whatever, I said, no, I'm not giving you my number. Like, I'm not interested yet. I said, I'm not interested in you. So then he had the bottle in his hand, and then he took the bottle and he smashed it on the ground. And then like he got so angry and I was like, what is going on with that man? Like, what is your problem? Like, if I say I don't want to give you my number, I'm not interested in you. Like, I'm not interested in you. Like, leave me alone. Like, why are you even following me in the first place? Like, leave me alone. I don't want you. Like, what's your problem? Like, bro, like, I mean, come on. Like, that's how you're trying to get a girl number? Like, you following her, stalking her, and he bursting your bottle on the ground and doing all that maniac shit. Like, what is wrong with you? First of all, I'm not entitled to give you my number. I am not entitled to talk to you. I do not want you because you look like shit. I don't want you anyways. I don't want you. Leave me alone. So anyways, when he hit the bottle on the ground, I looked across the street and I saw that there's an ambulance truck. Not an ambulance, like a fire truck. No, it was an ambulance truck right there. So then in my head, I was like, if in case anything happens, and then there was some Hispanic men outside, right outside the fruit shop where I was going to, and all of them, they were standing there and they were looking at us. And I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Like, what is wrong with this man? Leave me alone. Like, why are you trying to put me on the spot? Another thing about me, I don't like to be on the spot. I don't like people to notice me. I don't like people to see me. Like, go about your business and let me go about my business. I don't care. I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't want it. Like, no. So then everyone was looking and I was like, oh my God, like, what is happening to me? Like, why do I have to experience this? Like, I don't know what to do. And then I just stood there and I just watched him and I tried to be serious. Like, I'm standing my ground. Like, you're not going to bully me into getting my number, and you're not going to make me feel like I have to give you my number. I'm not afraid of you. If I have to fight you, then we are going to fight, or I will have to figure out something, but you're not going to, no, you're not going to do whatever you think you're going to do. So anyways, I stood there and I looked at him and he was looking at me, and then after he hit his bottle on the ground, he was angry and he was mumbling some stuff, and then he just walked off and he go. I stood in the same spot until I didn't see him again. I stood there and I waited until I didn't see him, and then when he was gone, like he was all the way gone, like I couldn't see him again. I couldn't see him down the street, like I just couldn't see him again. That's when I went into the fruit shop. I got my shit as quickly as I could. When I say I was afraid, I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect because I was alone. And oh my God, I know how some people in America are. Like, they will see things happening to you and they will not help you. So I was so traumatized and I was so afraid. When I tell you I went into that shop, I got what I was getting like really fast, and then I ran down the street to get the bus and I went to work. When I went to work, that's when I told my manager about it. Well, not my manager, my supervisor. I told her about it, and then she was like, why you didn't call the cops? Why you didn't call 911? Like, that's what you were supposed to do. I was like, I don't know. Because it's my first time experiencing something like that. I didn't know in the situation that's what I had to do. It's not like I'm dumb or anything. It's just like I was in shock. And where I come from, we don't call police. Like, as soon as anything happens, you're going to fight your way out of whatever situation you're in. So it's like, I didn't know I had to call police. So then that was just what had happened. And then there was another time with an African man. Like, that is what made me really afraid to walk on the streets of New York, because of the way that men approach you and the way that they talk to you and the way that they want your number and they feel like they're entitled to your number. I wasn't having that, and I didn't want to deal with it. So a lot of the times I would stay home, because you are not going to hurt me or threaten me for a phone number or anything. So that was my story on being stalked when I was in college in New York. So if you guys liked this story time and you're interested in any more story times, because I have a lot of stuff that I can talk about that I went through. So if you guys are interested in getting to know me a little better through my story times, then please feel free to comment below and let me know. Or if you have any recommendations on videos that you guys want me to do. I'm also doing pranks on Tish. So if you guys are interested in me doing any videos that you would like to see, feel free to recommend in the comment sections below and tell me if you enjoyed this story or not. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much.